Hey guys, so I just want to respond to a comment here on my video about that other, iPhone 4S fanboy. He said, sorry to say this, but with trying to bash him, you make yourself look like an Android fanboy. I know iShips totally suck, but Android fanboys can annoy too. Didn't you say something like, fanboys don't let anyone write their opinions if they don't fit with their own in one of your previous videos? Freedom of expression, don't take it serious. Wink wink. I've had an iTouch 2G and I was happy with it. Now I'm getting a Samsung Galaxy S2 in the next few days and I think I'll be happy with it either. Now, I'm not really sure how can you be calling me an Android fanboy. Now, I use an Android smartphone, to call people and stuff. Yes, you can actually call with the device as well. And then I'm using, for iPods and stuff, I'm using my Apple Touch 4th generation. I own both the 4th generation and 3rd generation, and I'm using Windows PC. I use Razer stuff for mouse and keyboard because I thought those were the things that would be the best for me. Now I'm probably not gonna buy Razer in the future because these things seems to suck. I use a Blue Yeti mic that you usually can buy from iTunes, from not iTunes but from the apps, no, not from App Store. Oh my god, from the real store, from their Apple store. So that's a Mac thingy over there as well, and you still calling me a fanboy of Android just because I use a smartphone that is being called Android. Now, one thing that Android fanboys usually have a hard time with is that saying things that their phones. Usually fanboys love their phones so much and they're perfect in every single way. Nothing negative about it. Now I can see negative stuff about my devices. If I wouldn't see that thing, then I wouldn't have bought my Apple Touch 4G just like last month. So basically, let's just talk about the negative things about my Samsung Galaxy S2, because yes, I can talk about them. First of all, yes, the audio. Obviously, I listen to loud music, so I wasn't really satisfied with the audio. Yeah, so that's why I bought the Apple Touch, because the Apple Touch do have and do provide louder music in your speakers. And no, my in-ear doesn't suck. They cost like 150 bucks, so yeah, don't bitch about that. And yeah, they could probably still suck if they are expensive, but no, not 150 bucks. Go to bed. Yes, it sounds awesome in my Apple Touch. So that's the first thing. Now the second thing is the battery life. Now you can surf for a couple hours, no problem, but your battery will drain, and then it takes a couple of hours before going from 0% to fully loaded. So I think I'm gonna buy like an external charger that I could take with me, like a 9000 milliamps. And you can buy that pretty cheap on like the sites like Deal Extreme for like 50 bucks. And yeah, but still, the battery, it sucks. It's only like 1650 amps. I would love to see like 2500 amps as 2500 amps as the Galaxy Note will have. Though I'm not sure how thick the Galaxy Note will be, but I mean, if the Galaxy Note is going to be even thinner than the S2 or have the same thickness, then if they could fit in a battery there that is 2500 milliamps, then they should probably be able to do that in the Galaxy S2. Even though I don't think that they'll make a battery for that, because then they now will release new phones. So yeah, the battery life, battery there also, it sucks. And what else? Yes, the phone could feel kind of slippy sometimes, but I mean, I need to compare it to a phone like iPhone 4S, and I may buy the iPhone 4S just to prove that I'm not like extreme fanboy of Android or anything, even though I really shouldn't have to buy that phone. But it would also be fun to just make comparisons against my S2 and the top phones out there. So yeah, the phone could be kind of slippy sometimes because it have plastic on the back, and yes, some people bitching about it that oh my god, the plastic, it sucks. Yeah, and it doesn't look good. Now if you ask me, if glass would be a best thing to have as a material on the back of a phone, then I would tell you that you are a retard. So let's talk about the materials on the S2. So first of all, in the whole front, we have this Gorilla Glass that's very durable. I watched a YouTube video on the first Samsung Galaxy S when they were, you know, dropping it and everything, and nothing like happened to it. Now, if you watch those same videos, if they would do the same things to an iPhone, it would get scratched. It would be damaged. I recently saw a video on YouTube where they dropped the iPhone 4S face down with the screen, and the screen got totally smashed. And yeah, that's also one of the reasons why people slap a case on their iPhone, just because if they don't, it will get scratched, and you could probably, you know, break the glass that you have on the back and also on the front. So is that really a good material to use? Also, it gets heavier than plastic, and yeah, you also will see like scratches. Now on plastic, that's a whole nother thing. I mean, it's really hard to see scratches. I mean, if you don't look like really like in different, you need to look like in different angles to be able to like see something. Oh my god, what was that? I think it was my cable that was on my touch thingies. Yeah, random. But yeah, it's kind of hard to see, you know, scratches. You have to really look in different angles to, you know, just see your you know, your footprint. No, maybe not your footprint, but your, you know, when you have touched it and stuff. I may show you guys that in another video. But yeah, as I said, also it's getting heavier. So really, is glass a good material? If you drop it once and don't have a slap a case that costs like 50 bucks extra, then you are screwed. Does that really sound like the best phone ever? I don't think so. I think a phone should be durable as well, and I really want to feel on the back of the iPhone 4S to see if it's really, you know, this slippy. Now I don't think that is the case. And also this device, I mean, it have a bigger screen. Some people have been bitching about it, but you know, it's hard to fit in my pocket. And then all of these guys, you know, they buy a fat iPhone 3GS and slap a big fat case on that, and it's getting like twice the size of an S2, and yeah, they aren't bitching about that. Maybe not, you know, twice the size, but I mean, the phone gets bigger when you slap a case on your phone. Now, when you're having a Samsung Galaxy S2, most of the people that's buying this device, at least what I've seen, they don't have a case, and that's the best thing about the phone. I mean, who wanna, you know, hide their phone behind a case when they, you know, bought it for a couple of $100? That really sounds like the thing that you want to do, you know, like hide your phone because, oh my god, if I drop it, it's gonna break. It's an iPhone. I'm not sure. I don't think that's the best. That's how phones should work. But I mean, when I get my hands on a iPhone 4S, then I will know how it feels like, if it feels slippy and stuff like that. I think I'm gonna buy the white one if I'm gonna buy one. And yeah, and also you should remember that the iPhone 4S, while it is smaller, as I said, may fit in your pocket. I'm not sure how small pockets all of you guys have. But yeah, also I have pretty small hands, but I still don't think that the screen is extremely big. Well, I do know that it's kind of hard to, you know, reach everything when you're only using your thumb. But yeah, you have to hold the phone like in a different way that I can show you. But still, there's nothing wrong. It takes some time to get used to, but once you're getting used to it, it's kind of hard to go back to a 3.5-inch screen. Now, if Apple would release this new iPhone 5 redesign, I would probably bought that one. So yeah, they didn't. But I'm always trying. I mean, I want the best stuff out there. I mean, money's not a problem. I just want the best stuff out there. And you always have those contracts if you can't afford something. So if I'm gonna buy the iPhone 4S, is it gonna be a white one or the black one? I think the white one, because I really prefer the white S2. So yeah, so there are good things and bad things about these iDevices and Android devices and stuff like that. And I've been talking now negative about my phone here. So am I really a fanboy? You know, when I could see, yeah, you know, when I could say bad and good stuff about my stuff, and I, you know, own stuff from different, you know, companies and everything. I don't think so. And yeah, so me buying the iPhone 4S would be extremely fun to make a comparison with my S2, and you know, always have those latest phones. Actually, I haven't seen that many guys on YouTube that has been making a comparison. Would be really interesting to, you know, see that. And you should also remember that this touch phone haven't been released yet where I live. It's coming out like on this Thursday, I think, in my country. That's the date when it will be released. So yeah, but it would be really fun to, you know, make some comparison between different apps like Siri, you know, voice talk and stuff like that, and see which one is the best and everything. Would be really extremely fun. So yeah, but I'm just gonna end this video right now. And you know, you shouldn't really bash me for being a fanboy, because I'm not a fanboy. I mean, then I wouldn't use, you know, an iOS devices, Apple devices and stuff like that. I would say that Android rules the earth, it's the best. I would use an Android PC. I would use a tablet as well with Honeycomb, but right now I think that I would use like an iPad. Yeah, because it really feels like on the tablets, the iPads, their rules. But we do know that, you know, Samsung has some cool tablets out there, like an 8.9 inch. They also have a 10.1 inch that shares a lot of things with the Samsung Galaxy S2, you know, in the thickness, they're extremely slim and all those things. So I'm not really sure. I mean, if I'm gonna buy a tablet in the future, I'm not gonna buy a tablet right now, but if I'm gonna buy it in the future, would it be an Android or would it be an iOS device? No, that's a very good question. That's an extremely good question. Now when the iPad 2 is getting a little old, maybe like a couple of months at least, I mean, I always want fresh devices, and Samsung's new tablets, they got launched, you know, this summer, and they are new, and yeah, I just like fresh stuff, fresh, updated stuff. But I'm pretty sure if I would buy a tablet, what would I buy? That's a really good question. I mean, I still think that the Android, I mean, the market store for Apple, it pawns. You know, because when you buy a bigger tablet, you obviously want to game maybe a little bit, and that would be awesome to do with a iPad 2. Okay, so I'm just gonna end this video right now because it's school time. Okay. And Simon, if you're watching this, you know what school time means for me, you know? See you guys.